Hey guys, this is Danya with the Roundcast County Coffee Break, and we are visiting today again with Leita Boatman, our travel advisor. But first, I want to thank my sponsors, which is the Sweet Spot, which is where we're at today, CMB Bank, Domino Federal Credit Union, and Fire and Knives in Linden, Texas. So it's been a while since we've been visiting with Leita, but we talked about that we would be doing on and off podcasts with her. And she just got back from a trip called VTM West. And so I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about that.
That was the most amazing trip. And it is a conference of travel advisors where we network with all of our travel suppliers from all over the world. So it's a very elite group of travel advisors. You have to be recommended, then you have to apply, you have to be approved. You know, it's a process just to get to go. And it's an honor to get to go.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And we build relationships with other travel advisors from all over the country and travel suppliers from all over the world. I met with people from Switzerland, from Ireland, from Germany, Frankfurt, all over the world.
Now, I was telling her, I was like, that sounds like a vacation. She's like, no, it was work. So how many hours were you typically learning about all these new things?
We had 14-hour days.
14-hour days.
There was no long breaks in the middle. You know, during breakfast and lunch, we had presentations. You know, it gave us time to eat, but then we had a presentation.
Right.
And then at night at dinner, it would be a themed dinner. And so it was sponsored by one of the travel partners. So we had just enough time to run back to our room, change into our themed outfit.
You had to wear themed clothes too. Wow.
Which made it more fun. And, you know, so it was like one night we had Gatsby theme. One night we had Western. Another night they did 80s.
Fun. Okay.
So it was fun. And that kind of loosens things up and you can, you know, talk to everybody just on a more relaxed level.
Yeah. Yeah. So she got all educated.
I did. I learned so much. I have a lot of new contacts. So anywhere in the world you want to go, I got you.
She's got your back.
I got
She's ready to go. So yeah, we were talking about the last time we were together, we were talking about cruises and how do you need a passport or do you not? So if you have not seen that, go back a couple of podcasts and look at that because she has some great information on do you need a passport on cruising, because there's some boats that you do and some boats that you don't. And she teaches us all about that. So what are you going to teach us today? What are we going to learn about?
Well, so I've been working on a new group tour for next year, going to Tuscany. Come go with me.
I might.
And so I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about escorted groups.
Yeah. What is that exactly?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
To do a tour, a group tour. So you can go with your own group of friends and family or, you know, people invited, or you can join in with a scheduled group
that you don't know the people.
That you don't know the people.
Okay.
Well, at least for the first day. By the end of the day, you know.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's just a group of people that are traveling with a tour guide that has the itinerary all lined up, you know, where you're going every day. They're talking to you on the bus. They're telling you all these little trivia and details about everything in the area. You know, you're passing by something along the highway and like, oh, and that over there, that's where they did this.
I love that.
You know, and it might be something that is a field. You know?
Right.
Is that, but you know, that is what happened there.
Exactly. There's a movie, I think it's called The Tuscany Sun. Have you seen that?
Under the Tuscany Sun?
Yeah, I think so.
That's it. Yeah.
And this lady bought a very old home over in that area. But it was the village. It was gorgeous. I would love to go there.
So we're going to be staying in a villa.
Okay.
It's a little bit larger one. It was a larger one that was turned into a hotel.
Okay.
And then each day we would go out on tours, day tours.
Okay.
Instead of one of the kind of tours where you move around and you're packing and unpacking every day or two. This is where you're going to stay in one place.
I like that idea because vacation needs to be a little bit relaxing. And if you're constantly having to pack and unpack and go and that wears you out.
Yes. It wears you out. I mean, on these tours, they take care of your luggage, but even still, you've got to pack and unpack.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have one question for you. So like, I wanted to go somewhere and my father and mother wanted to go, but they're slow. They're not in wheelchairs, but do tours accommodate them or do some tours do and some tours don't?
Some do and some don't. So you need to look for one that is, they rate the activity levels.
Okay.
So you need to find one that's a little less active.
Okay. But you have all that information. You can go in and say, hey, I've got somebody in a wheelchair or that's on a walker. We can't walk very far. And you can guide us to which cruise or which tour would be best.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
And now with the tours, the land tours, they typically want you to be able to at least step into the bus. You need to at least be able to do like 3 steps.
Okay.
And then after that, it's, if you need to use a wheelchair or walker, then you do. But they can accommodate most of the time.
Okay.
Most of the time. So we just need to make sure we get you on the right tour.
Okay.
And that's where I come in. I know all the different tour companies, what they offer, and how to find that information.
Yeah.
And make the right fit for you, because what you like might not be the same tour that somebody else wants doing the same thing.
Yeah,
the same destination.
Yeah. And I think one thing that I'm learning about the whole situation with you being a travel guide, travel advisor, you can answer most questions that I would have to sit and look for hours and still not have the correct information because it changed last week.
Yeah.
So you have everything where we can reach out to you. Always ask questions, and she wants you to actually ask questions. That's the big thing, because we learned a couple of weeks ago that if you don't ask questions, there's sometimes you can get in real trouble.
Yes.
By not getting your passport on a loop or, whatever. So that's amazing. Okay. So go ahead and tell me a little bit more about the group tour.
Well, so everybody thinks that, I don't want to travel with 50 people. I don't know. That's a grant. They're going to hurt you like cattle. Well, it's really not like that. Some of the tours are as many as 40 to 50 people on the bus, but you're not really hurted by the guides, the tour directors. Not at all. They take you places and they may just turn you loose for free time. And so they're taking you, it might be a skip the line tour at the Vatican, or, going in early before the rest of the crowd is allowed in.
Yeah.
You get some special things when you're working with these companies. And
because they bring probably so much money into it that they really I did a tour one time at Disneyland and got to go in before the gates opened. So the streets were empty. It was amazing. We went and had breakfast with Cinderella or whatever it was. But a whole different experience that most people would never even imagine getting to do. So,
and they do have what's called small group tours.
Okay.
They could be anywhere from 16 to 24 people.
Okay.
That's the kind that I personally like.
Yeah.
Is the smaller groups. A little more breathing, right? A little more flexibility. But you always have the options, of free time and options of activities. And they will have activities built in, but then they may offer 2 or 3 more experiences that are optional. You can purchase them or not.
Okay. So if that happens, let's say they are going to take you to a different area and you opt not to go. Do you just kind of go on your own, or do you stay on the bus, or can you stay on the bus, or do you have to get off? Or
well, it depends.
Okay.
It depends on how long they're going to be inside.
Okay, yeah.
Be off the bus for 2 or 3 hours. You're not going to want to do that,
right?
So may as well do the tour,
right? Yeah, yeah.
But you can stay back at a hotel and rest, or go explore on your own, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But
now
but a lot of those tours are built into the package.
Oh, okay. So you might as well do it. You're paying for it.
Yeah, it's already paid for. You may go. Yeah, what I was talking about, the optional tours, those are extra. It's an optional if you want to do it or not, and it's an extra fee.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So it's kind of like an excursion on a cruise. You pay extra to do something more than what general.
Okay. Yes, but there are activities already built into the package.
Okay, so you don't have to. There's plenty to do.
Absolutely.
This gives you even more to do.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I was talking to Leita about me taking like a cruise or a tour and getting people to go with me. And so kind of tell me how that works. If I wanted to do a group personally.
Well, it can be family is whatever you want to, including your circle, and you choose what you want to do, where you want to go. You choose the package and you put it out and you say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. I want y'all to go with me. Who wants to go?
Okay.
And then I do all the work. All you do is bring them to me and I'll take care of getting them signed up, and all the documents they need. I take care of everything.
You do it all. And we were talking that about 2 years for a big place, like if we were going to New Zealand or to Scotland, we want to allow plenty of time for people to be able to pay it out. But we'll also have to have a down payment. And you said about 20.
10 to 20%. It depends on the company and the length of time and all that.
And that would kind of hold your space, right?
Oh, yeah, that locks you in. You're going.
Okay.
You have a spot in that tour. So when you say you decide where you want to go and when, then I go in and I will block that space with that company and say, Danya wants to take 24 people, say Scotland, and this is the tour we want.
Okay.
And then we start looking.
So I'm going to have to get with Miss Leita here so we can get us a trip going. We got to figure out where we want to go.
Yes, it's awesome to travel that way. I just had a family. It was a pure family group, and some of it was extended family, but they were all related somehow.
Yeah.
There were 19 of them just got back from Alaska. And there was a lot of moving parts to that. Because there were some very young children in the groups, a couple of teenagers, and on that. So, you can do a lot with the group.
Yeah, you can, for sure.
I mean, I've met some that were many more people, 40, 60 people, 100 people.
Yeah.
We do business groups. So a company wants to do a corporate incentive trip, reward trip for its employees. And I can work with that too.
Sounds good.
Talked about incentive to do a good job.
Absolutely.
Increase productivity.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dangle a little trip
to Rome, Italy,
or even just to an all-inclusive somewhere,
yeah.
Let's go to Cabo.
Absolutely. I'm up for that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just tell me when. Okay. So what else is going on with the tours here? We were talking about some other things, but I think that sounds like a really fun activity to actually plan on doing that. So y'all start looking at my Facebook list, see what we can come up with.
Yeah. And so what all is it going to include? So I can get packages that will include your air, your flights to and from. You can get the transportation from the airport to the first hotel. And then on the back end also coming home, they take you to the airport. You get all the transportation in between. They take you around. You have a guide with you the entire time. So it's very easy to travel.
Well, now,
and it includes some of the meals also.
Okay.
Not all of them.
The tour guide, is he with us flying in, or does he live in that area and knows it very well and just meets us there?
They are local.
They're local to that area.
They are, or at least regional.
Okay.
For example, my trip that I was telling you about earlier that I did to Ireland and Scotland, the guide actually lived in Wales, but he did this trip
all the time.
And so he's well familiar with it. So
lots
that's
of knowledge.
What you want is somebody that knows all the little things.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but when I travel somewhere, I like to know what the locals do. I don't want the tourist trap stuff. I want to be in the culture of where I'm at.
And I'm so glad you said that, because I have some companies that include some very special activities that are with the locals, dine with the locals. You might go to a local farmhouse.
Yeah, to see
they give you a tour. We did that. I think it was Ireland. Yeah, so they took us to a local horse farm, and we got to tour all of their facilities. They had dinner for us, all laid out in their little dining room.
That is
amazing.
That is amazing.
You can do cooking classes.
Yeah.
That is fun too. In fact, on that particular tour, we made butter in the jar.
Oh, okay.
And then at dinner, they had they were little butter balls, and they had the butter out there that we made. So it was fun.
It is fun. Now, this just happened to be something that happened to work for us, but me, my husband at the time, and my kids, we went to London, and there was part of it where they were thatching a roof, and we happened to just be walking by. And I said something because I was homeschooling my kids at the time, and I kind of said it out loud where the people could hear me. I was like, I sure wish you could teach my kids how to do that. And they're like, come on over. So my kids got to experience thatching a roof, and they invited us into their home. I know, it was just really neat and fun, and that instantly reminded me of what you just said, because being with the locals, you get a whole different atmosphere of when people come to Atlanta, they just do certain things, but do they know about the sweet spot or do they know about this? And so getting in with the locals is important.
Well, when you go somewhere, you really want to get immersed in the culture.
Mhm.
That's part of it.
Right.
The food, the culture. How do they wash their clothes? If they're out very, and
We're spoiled.
yes, we are.
We're spoiled.
Yeah. So it's good to know how they live.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to find tutors that are going to teach you that.
That is cool. I love that. So are there actual tours, like educational tours that specifically are designed for that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can get education tours, faith-based tours. I have some companies that do tours and cruises that are strictly faith-based. They have people that travel with them that can, like, for instance, say you want to go to Israel, and they will have a priest or a pastor, minister of some sort, to your choosing which tour you want to do, that goes with you, and they pray with you, and they do the special excursions with you that are faith-based.
Right. That is awesome. I love that. And I think so many times we don't even think that there's a tour out there. But so we got faith-based, we got educational. What are some other ones? Is there arts, like the arts?
There are. There's arts. I'm getting ready to put together one and start advertising about the Tulip Festival in Amsterdam. So like my master gardeners out there, this is ideal for you. Hello.
Yeah.
Or just flower lovers and more things.
Well, I mean, I know everybody can see it online when you go, you can see the tulips and they're lined up. Amazing.
Yes.
It is truly amazing.
Keukenhof Gardens is the one at Amsterdam that is just
blows my bones.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, as far as tours go, I know we've been talking about Scotland and Ireland and Tuscany and all that, but we also have some local ones that are in the United States, right?
Absolutely.
So like Maine or California or Utah.
I've got some fabulous ones that in the United States. I've got clients that are doing Utah. They're doing all the national parks in Utah. Of course, you've got
and those. Let me tell you, people, I've driven trucks around that area. Utah is one of the most beautiful states to drive in. It's amazing.
You've got several national parks right there together, and every one of them's different.
Yeah,
even the ones that are close together, like out at Moab.
Moab, isn't that not?
I love Moab.
I do too.
So I'm going next month.
Are you?
I am doing one of those tours, and actually I'm doing
an extra space,
a train tour. So I'm going to do.
I want a train tour too.
Visit some of the national parks, and then we're going to do a luxury touring train from Salt Lake City to Denver. But you sleep in hotels overnight. You're not on the train overnight. It's not Amtrak. It's a special touring train.
Okay.
Kind of like the ones you have in Alaska with the glass domed windows.
Yeah.
So you can really.
Or some of the Oriental trains.
Yeah.
My word.
Yeah.
I just wish I could travel every day. How come I just get me bored to travel? I just go all the time. It should just be free. But okay, so you got local ones as well. So if somebody doesn't want to go out of the country, because a lot of people in this day and time don't feel comfortable leaving the States, we could go somewhere, anywhere, really.
Anywhere you want to go.
We could find a tour.
Fall foliage tours, those are awesome. Up in
Yes.
the Northeast.
Yeah.
Or you can do the Northwest. The Pacific Northwest has some great tours. What else have we got? We've got river cruises right here in the United States. You can do the Columbia and Snake River. You can do the Ohio, the Mississippi, There's lots of great options.
And I'm thinking probably on those type ships, are there less children and it's more adults?
Yes.
So
you find fewer children.
Right.
And at first glance, and I'll just, elephant in the room, they're more expensive because you're traveling with maybe 120 to 180
versus 800 or 900
or
more.
6,000 on one of the big cruise ships.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, some of the big cruise ships. So you just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's too many.
So these are small river boats.
So you got to pay a little bit more for the exclusivity.
And they include everything. You're going to include all your meals and your beverages and your tours.
Yeah. I know
and hotel nights.
When I took a cruise, it was on Royal Caribbean, which was amazing. It was really good. There wasn't a whole lot of children on that. But the excursions could be $300 and $400. So you're saying with the Viking, that's pretty much already just included. So even though You just kind of weigh your balances out.
There are some optional tours you can purchase, but they have a whole list of excursions you can do that are included.
That's perfect. I love that idea. And most of them are the riverboat that has the thing at the back, right? That paddle boats.
Well, they do still have some of the paddle wheel boats, but there are the new modern ships, river ships, are like the ones you see on the commercials for Viking, that long,
elegant looking,
very long and low, just like 4 decks.
Right. Yeah. But all right. So one thing we do need to make clear too,
American Cruise Lines, because the ones in the United States and Canada.
Okay. The other thing is, on the bigger cruise lines, there's a lot of active activities like the water slides and the big pools and blah, 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 blah. Probably a lot less of that as well.
You don't have that.
Yeah.
You don't have casinos. You don't have the water slides, and they do have entertainment at night, but it's not the big splashy shows.
Yeah.
Like you have on stage with
the dancers and the feathers and
you don't get
more relaxed.
A regional ensemble will come on, or dancers that'll come on from the region,
right,
that you're sailing from.
Yeah. Now,
sailing through?
Yeah. Where do you typically catch those out? Like, let's say the Mississippi one. Where would you go to catch that? Like to ride to?
So, if you're going to do within the United States, you can do the Mississippi River from either New Orleans or from Memphis.
Okay.
And the most of them, it includes like that pre-night hotel room. You can come in the day before the cruise starts. You get a hotel. That's included.
Okay, so there you go. Another inclusion.
Yeah. So it's already there. You're going to be paying for it anyway.
Yeah.
All stacked up.
This is just at once.
It's all got it packaged.
And then you don't have to worry about it.
And sometimes with them, they even will include the airfare. Not all of them, but they offer promos and that you can get
all inclusive, so you don't have to worry about a thing but enjoy your trip.
Just go on vacation.
That's my biggest thing. When I go on vacation, I like to do nothing, honestly. I just like to take a book and do nothing. Because when you do a vacation and you go to Disneyland or whatever, you're worn out by the time you get back. You got to take a vacation from your vacation. You know what I mean? And it's like, really? I'm exhausted and I'm supposed to have a great time. And you may have a great time, but you're tired.
You're exhausted when you get home.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like the idea of tours. That sounds like my next big step is to get a tour together and just figure out where we're going to go from there. I think you can help me find that.
I think I can.
I think you can too. Okay, so what else is going on? Anything else you need to tell us about your trip or anything that you just really need to talk about?
Stay tuned. Watch I have a Facebook page. It's
right.
Leita Boatman Cruise Planners.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me on my website, which is boatmantravel.com.
Okay.
And I sign up for my newsletters. Go on there.
Do you send those out every month or how often? Every week you do a newsletter?
Well, we send things out every week.
Okay.
You got the deals, the weekly travel deals.
You need to sign up for that.
Yeah, you do.
I'll get that done.
And if you get tired of it, you just opt out.
Yeah.
So I've got weekly travel deals. We are starting a actual newsletter.
Okay.
That will probably start out monthly, then
and this is going to be coming from you, or will it? Okay, so it'll be coming from your business.
Yes.
Okay, it won't be from Carnival Cruise Lines or anything. This is stuff that you do.
That is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The weekly travel deals talk about all the different travel packages,
okay.
and we have a different sponsor every time, and they're beautiful.
Emails,
and also we have some of the mail outs too. Beautiful brochures that the company produces for us that will feature different suppliers. We have a magazine that goes out, and it always has a trip that we're giving away. And
so how do I get the magazine?
Sana?
Okay, so and that's on your website as
I
well?
also have some digital
magazines
on my website.
Okay, all right. So you got a lot of information on your website.
Oh, yeah.
What else is on your website? Can they go ahead and start giving you the information?
Oh.
See? Come on. Tell it, girl.
Okay, yes. So they made a new big announcement this week.
Okay. The GTM West?
No, our Compass Cruise Planners.
Okay.
So we have a function in our system that we have been using for a long time. It's called Find a Hotel. I can go on, plug in either a specific hotel or just say, I need a hotel in Seattle. And I'll put that in and the date and, how many rooms, how many people. And it shows me all the options.
Right.
And it's got multiple pricing, all the different rates that are offered out there. And I can look at it, find the best option. It might be the lowest rate, or it might have an extra perk with it. Like maybe it includes breakfast and these, the
Don't.
cheaper ones don't, that shows all the things. Well, the big announcement this week is you can go on my website and find a hotel. You want to go somewhere for the weekend. You don't need my services to plan it all. You just need a hotel. Go in there and find a hotel.
Actually, that is so funny you said that. And I'm glad I brought this up because, you know me, I'm always looking for a place to go. So I started searching around where I could go and find and this, that. Well, I wasn't finding what I was wanting.
There you go. I got lots of options.
There you go.
So, I mean, you jump online and you're going to go to Expedia.com or to hotels.com.
Yeah.
Why not go to boatmantravel.com
Yeah.
and book your hotel? And then at least you know you got somebody in your corner
Exactly.
that's going to look out for you. Our team will confirm. You know how you're supposed to call a day or two before you show up and you confirm your reservation? Most people don't think about doing it. We do that for you.
You know what? I'm going to bring something else up because you said something that reminded me. So using Expedia or any of those travel things, kayak.com or whatever. I know when I worked for Delta Airlines, people would show up late or whatever. And they'd say, okay, well, give me your Delta reservation. Well, I don't have a Delta reservation. I've got my Expedia number. Delta's like, okay, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You know, they don't mess with Expedia and Kayak. They want you to book through Delta. And if you have a Delta, then they'll take care of you. But a lot of times now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if everything goes smoothly, those are great. But if you have one hiccup, it is a pain in the butt to get your money back. So always get a travel agent, get a travel advisor, because they can take care of all of that mess.
That's right.
You don't have to worry about it. So
I mean, we have a 24-hour phone number that I can call.
So in case of emergency, if something happens, call up Leita. Okay. So there you go. There's really no reason not to.
That's exactly right.
Awesome. All right. Anything else?
Gosh, I could go on and on.
I could too.
We'll save that for next time.
That sounds great. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed and awesome day. Again, this is Leita Boatman. Tell them your website again.
Boatmantravel.com.
And your business number.
325-234-4822.
There you go. If y'all have any travel questions, I'm sure you'd be glad to answer them. Y'all just give her a shout. All right?
Yes.
See you later.
Bye.